Listening to understand is very different to listening to respond. We all want to be heard and understood. So why do we talk over each other in an argument? Or only half listen so we can know what to say next to make our point? When we listen to understand, we're seeking to know the other's perspective. Sure, we can be stubborn and stand by our need to be right. But such a level of self-righteousness comes at what cost to our relationship? Hi, I'm Amanda, co-founder of RETUNE.life, and we run workshops to help couples reconnect, as well as individual and couple relationship coaching. Do you listen to respond or listen to understand? This very simple acknowledgement can be a game changer. We're all individuals with experiences and upbringings that have provided us with a unique viewpoint of the world. It makes sense then that we would have different perspectives in most situations. When we seek to understand others' perspective, then we have the opportunity to understand why they have the reaction and feelings that they do. We're not born as good listeners, and the conversations we have in our heads can drown out the voices of others sometimes too. Listening is a practice that requires focused attention on the person talking. No interruptions or distractions. Simple, right? However, when emotions are all fired up, we can often shoot from the hip. We can diffuse a conflict situation with our energy and attitude. Sure, we may be upset, even angry. However, if a solution is to be found or peace to be created, we need to be mindful of how we're showing up and contributing to the situation. Sometimes it's us just wanting to get our way or needing to be right. But at what cost? When we can influence the outcome we really desire, why throw hand grenades? The damage in the wake of our disagreement often creates emotional disconnection. Instead of a defensive attitude, we can choose to see an opportunity to learn more about our partner's perspectives and inner world. That will help us during conflict to move from the negative to the positive, moving from a position of imbalance to balance. When partners believe there is only one truth, they argue tooth and nail for their own position. That belief is a dead end. There is only one essential assumption that will make the conversation about hurt feelings or the aftermath of a fight work out constructively. That in every disagreement or miscommunication, there are always two points of view, and they are both valid. Once you accept that idea, it's no longer necessary to argue for your own position. Now you can focus on understanding and validating your partner's position. Be present and open to listen. Resist the urge to interject with an opinion to make your point. Take deep breaths if you need to, as this will help calm you nicely so you can listen. I'd like to introduce you to a great communication strategy called the Rappaport technique. Anatole Rappaport in 1984 co-founded Science for Peace. His research was used to develop effective communication with political talks for peace and conflict resolution. The Rappaport conversation technique goes like this. You both need to be heard, so one of you goes first and is the speaker, while the other is the listener. The listener needs to hold space and be totally present for the speaker. The speaker explains themselves fully, and the listener can only ask questions to clarify something if they're not sure. It is recommended the listener take notes. When the speaker is finished, the listener speaks back what the speaker said and asks them, "Did I get that right? Is there anything else?" This gives the speaker the opportunity to add something, if needed. The speaker will feel heard and seen. Then you swap roles and repeat the previous process. The point of communicating respectfully in this way is not necessarily to agree with each other, as it's likely you might not. The outcome is to understand each other's point of view. Note, validation and understanding are not the same as compliance or agreement. This process will only work if both partners agree that there are two valid viewpoints, and if both partners are not focused on facts, but on understanding the other's side of the event. Giving each other the space and time to talk will most likely end something like this. Wow. Thank you for sharing. That makes so much more sense to me now. I get it. I understand why you would feel like that and be so upset. Hell, I would too if I saw it from your perspective. I'm sorry I hurt you that way. It was not my intention. I will be more mindful now that I know. As David Ushberger noted, being heard is so close to being loved that for the average person, they are almost indistinguishable. I love that quote. I hope by learning this rapport technique, you'll be better equipped to navigate conflict situations and learn to listen to understand. If improving your relationship is something you'd like to explore, you can reach out to me here via personal message or via the retune.life website. In episode 10, I'll introduce you to the concept of the emotional bank account and how deposits and withdrawals might not be what you think. See you then.